Hi, 8th grade. Welcome back from your long break. Some of you are still quarantined until tomorrow. Hopefully we're coming back tomorrow. But today I want you to get out your notebook and your book. We're going to take notes on page 174. We're on lesson 4.5. We're going to learn something called standard form. Now, standard form is like y equals mx plus b's weird cousin, okay? So, standard form is just a different way for you to graph a line. So it's not y equals mx plus b, where they give you the y-intercept and all that good happy stuff. It's a little different, okay? A and b cannot be 0. So first thing I want you to do is write everything down that's in this little red box, okay? Standard form of a line equation, standard form is ax plus by equals c. A and b cannot be 0, okay? Go ahead and write that down. You can pause my video if you need to. Now, we're going to do an example. I want you to write negative 2x plus 3y equals negative x. Write that in your notebook. It says, write the equation in slope-intercept form. Now, we learned this just briefly in the last section. We learned that even though it's not in slope-intercept form, I can make it into slope-intercept form. The way to do that is to get y by itself. So the first thing you should write in your notebook in like sparkly letters or whatever is get y by itself. Okay? That's your number one goal. If they give you standard form, you can get y by itself. Okay? So, just like before, what's happening to y? It's being multiplied by 3 directly. Indirectly, it's also being added by negative 2x. I have to get rid of negative 2x first before I can get rid of the 3. So I'm going to do the opposite of it. I'm going to add 2x to both sides. That one goes bye-bye. Now I have 3y, they rewrote it down here for us, 3y equals 2x minus 6. How do I get rid of the 3? Well, divide. If you divide it to one thing, you got to divide it to all the things, okay? That makes that one go away, which now we just have a y. 2/3, keep that as your slope. Do not solve it. That's perfect how it is. Negative 6/3 is the same thing as negative 2. Now it's in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, which is wonderful. That's all we wanted. Now can I easily graph that? Yes. Go to negative 2 on the y-axis. Go up 2/3, up 2/3, up 2/3. Okay? Super easy. Can you now tell me what the x-intercept is? The x-intercept is 1, 2, 3. All right. Basically what this chapter, all it wants you to do and all it wants you to learn is get y by itself. Let's do a couple of these on your own problems together in your notes. Okay, so I know the numbers in front of x and y cannot be 0, so they obviously are 1. Write this one in your notes. How do I get y all by itself? I gotta get rid of that 1x first. It is positive 1x, so the opposite would be to subtract it. Bye-bye. Now I've got y, remember I can erase that 1 if I want, equals 2 minus 1x. What is the line? You gotta be careful. It is in y equals mx plus b form, however they're just kind of like switched around, right? So I could rewrite it to y equals negative 1x minus 2. I would start at negative 2 on my graph, and then my slope is down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. I'm going to just kind of sketch it for you, but I do want you to graph it in your notes for me. Start at negative 2, and we're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, or I could go up 1, back 1. Kind of a terrible looking little line there, I know. But that's how you could do that one, okay? I want you to try 1 through 4 on your own in your notes. Just try to get y by itself, okay? Once you get y by itself, then try to graph it with the y-intercept and the slope. You can pause the video and try those. Now let's go on to graphing a linear equation in standard form. You don't have to always change it to slope-intercept form, okay? There's actually a fun little cheat sheet, and I'll help you with it. Here's the equation. X, which is like 1x, plus 3y equals negative 3. Graph it using intercepts. Remember, we learned that intercepts are x equals something and y equals something, okay? If I want to find the x-intercept, I have to substitute a 0 for y to get rid of it, okay? If I put a 0 in for y, y goes away, and then I can find out what x is. So let's do that. Put a 0 in for y. 3 times 0 is 0, so it's bye-bye. Just left with an x. X equals negative 3. Which means if I had a graph, I'd go to negative 3 and put a dot. Now, find me the y-intercept. I do the opposite. Put 0 in for x. 0 times 0 is 0, right? 0 times 1 is 0. So now I just have 3y equals negative 3. How do I get rid of the 3 onto the y? Divide by 3. Negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. The y-intercept is negative 1. And there's your line. When I was a middle schooler, I remember loving slope-intercept form, thinking y equals mx plus b, guys. That's the easiest thing in the world. And then when I was taught standard form, I thought it was gross at first. Like, no, put me back to my linear equation that I know and love. But you guys, standard form is super easy. All you have to do is find the x-intercept and the y-intercept, and how you do that is you plug in a 0 for the opposite variable, okay? We'll do some more examples like that together. Let's do, on your own, 5 and 6. Please write these ones in your notes. If I told you to graph this equation by only using the intercepts, not changing it to slope-intercept form, first thing I need to do is find my x and find my y. If I want to find my x, I have to plug a 0 in for y, okay? Let me erase my circle. Let's plug a 0 in for y. Y, you are now 0. 2x minus 0, guys, that means it's nothing. It's gone. Now I'm just left with 2x equals 8. Write this down. How do I get x by itself? Divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 4. That means my x-intercept is 4. Now, I'm going to erase this, but you can just rewrite it. Now, if I want to find my y, I plug a 0 in for x. What's 0 times 2? 0. It's gone. I'm just left with negative y equals 8. I can't have a negative y. It's like this, right? So I have to divide by negative 1 to get it out of there. Y equals negative 8. How easy is that to graph? All you do is go over to the 4, put a dot, go down 8, put a dot, whoosh, there's your line. So easy. I think you guys are going to like standard form better, because I do. All right, let's do the same thing. Find me the x-intercept and the y-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we put a 0 in for y. 3 times 0 is 0. I'm left with x equals 6. That's easy. Okay, now let's go find the y-intercept. Plug a 0 in for x. 0 plus, no, that's gone. 3y equals 6. Divide by 3, divide by 3. Y equals 2. How easy is this? Draw me a little graph over 6, put a dot, up 2, put a dot. Try to draw better than me. It's really hard to do all this on an iPad. Okay, that's called standard form, okay? Standard form, all you do is you find your intercepts and then graph them. I love standard form. Now, you do not need to worry about the homework page, okay? I'm going to be uploading a worksheet, which will have fewer problems for you to have to do. Just like before, when you're doing your worksheet, if you have printer capabilities and you'd like to print it off and do it on there, that's fine. If you don't, then that means you can rewrite the problems, put it in your notebook, scan it, and then upload it to the Google Classroom. This is due Tuesday, okay? You have to get it uploaded and scanned by Tuesday. There will not be a grace period. Remember, 2 points are off for every day it's late. All right, good luck, you guys. Standard form is super fun. You're going to love it. Bye-bye.